Hey everyone, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Sisters of the Maccabees. Um, so let me say this to you guys. I'm gonna get a little personal with y'all today, okay? I'm gonna get a little personal with y'all today. And I do these videos so in hopes that somebody who watch these videos that I put out there hopefully can learn something from my experience. And that's why I do these videos, okay? So it's going to get a little personal today. But before I get into the video, do a sister a favor and give my videos a thumb up. I mean, if you come to the channel and you watch my content and you like what you watch, even if you don't like it, even if you don't agree with what I say, um, just give me a thumb up. It only takes a quick split second. What it does is it allows this channel and the videos to stay relevant on YouTube. That's it. That's all it is. That's why we ask you to give us a thumb up. When you watch the videos, it only takes a quick second, guys. That's all. We're not asking you for anything else. We put time and effort into creating these videos and uploading it on YouTube. And a lot of you guys come here and you said you've learned things here. And all it takes is a quick second to just hit the like button. That's it. That's all it takes. We're not asking you for anything else, and it's really not that much of an energy to just take your finger and hit a like button. That's it. That's all we're asking for, okay? It allows the channel to stay relevant. That's it. All right. Now, before I get into the video, again, um, I'm trying, based on the specific questions that I get asked on a regular basis. This is why I'm doing this video, okay? Hopefully, somebody can learn from some of the things that I'm going to say in this video. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm going to share my screen, so just bear with me here while I share my screen. Okie dokie. Here we go. All right, just give me 1 second, guys. All right, so why am I showing you guys a cookie? Why is she showing us a cookie? All right. So we have here in front of us a cookie. All right, let's start with the bread. Let's start with the bread, okay? There we go. I have a loaf of bread in front of me. I'm going to tell you guys what happened to me when I eat bread, okay? I'm going to tell you guys what happened to me when I eat bread. Whenever I eat bread, okay, I'm going to explain to you guys what happened to me when I eat bread. Well, let me just go through all the images that I'm going to show you guys today. We have some crumb cake or whatever that is from Entenmann's. It doesn't even matter it really doesn't matter the brand. But we have some candies here. We have some chips, right? We have some, this look very pretty, but what we have here, these three things here we have is dumplings, okay? Dumplings. These are dumplings, and these are made from flour, okay? And we have some eggs there, and we have some fried chicken, right? And we have some M&Ms, right? We have some mac and cheese here, and we have some cereal and milk there, right? We have some Tropicana, some type of store-bought juice. We have some Twinkies and so on and so forth, right? So let's go back. Let's go back, and we have cookies, right? So let me minimize my screen here and come back to you guys. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again. All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened to me, what I experience when I eat those things: bread, cookies, milk and cereal, cakes, candies and mac and cheese and all dumplings and stuff like that. Now, this is my personal experience, okay? And maybe you guys can compare your experience with mine and see if we have the same experience. So I'm going to go down the list of things of what I experience when I eat those things, okay? So whenever I eat those things and other processed food, I'm going to tell you one of the things I experience is a lot of mucus and on my chest. Like when I wake up in the morning, I would get a lot of mucus in my chest, like I'm just hacking up a lot of mucus, just coughing and spitting out a lot of mucus. I'm constantly blowing my nose because my nose is always stuffy and just a lot of mucus coming from my nose. These are some of the things that I used to experience years ago when I eat those things. So those are some things. Some of the other experience I have when I eat those things are when I get my monthly period, I would get really, really horrible stomach cramps, like bad stomach cramps, back pain. Okay, my back would hurt, my lower back, right down there at the lower back, um, bad stomach cramps, and my boobs would just be so tender and sore and just hurt, to the touch. Those are some other experience that I would have when I eat those things. I would also experience joint pain, just joint pain. Yes, I kid you not. And dandruff on the scalp. Yes, dandruff. And dandruff, a lot of you guys might not know, dandruff is a form of yeast, okay, aka parasite, okay, on the scalp. Yes, a lot of people don't know that dandruff is a parasite. So I would experience also a lot of dandruff on my scalp. And this is where it gets a little personal. And there were times in the past when I was eating those things on a regular basis that I would get a lot of yeast infection, okay? So for those of you sisters who experience yeast infection down there, and you brothers who have urinary tract infection, whether you're a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. A lot of us, whoops, when you don't maintain a proper diet, you get urinary tract infection and yeast infection, and a lot of times you don't know what caused it. You don't know what caused it. So I'm here to tell you what's causing those things. Yeast infection, urinary tract infection, dandruff on the scalp, okay? If you wake up in the morning and you're hacking up a lot of mucus, blowing your nose constantly, joint pain, sisters, those of you who get heavy period, and just painful period every month and sore breasts, your breast is constantly sore. Those are some of the things that I experienced when I was eating those things. I don't eat those things anymore. I don't eat any of those things anymore. If your child, if you have a child in the home, no matter the age, and they're drinking milk and they're eating cheese and they're getting up and eating peanut butter and jelly, that's bread, right? Cakes and cookies, candies, burgers, hot dogs, all of those things cause a lot of mucus in the body, lots of mucus, right? And mucus cause inflammation in the system, and inflammation will create havoc on the body, okay? For those of you with arthritis, constantly asking me, how do you get rid of your arthritis? This video is for you as well. This video is for you. You need to pay attention, okay? Your arthritis, listen, first of all, arthritis is inflammation of the joints. That's what arthritis is. Inflammation of the joint. And what is inflammation? Inflammation is caused by the body being too acidic, okay? The pH is off. All right, too much mucus in the system, okay? So all you got to do is change your diet and you can get rid of arthritis. It's that simple. I kid you not. I kid you not. Change your diet and you get rid of arthritis, because arthritis in the medical term is inflammation of the joint. All you got to do is Google it. Arthritis is inflammation of the joint. And then you got to figure out what is inflammation. Inflammation comes from the garbage food that you're eating that is causing a buildup of mucus and inflammation in the body. Okay, get rid of the crap that you're eating. So for those of you who are suffering from arthritis, I hope I answer your question. If you just simply stop eating the cheese and the mac and cheese and the burgers and the French fries and the, you know, and let me say this to you guys. When you ask me what I eat for breakfast, right? I don't eat breakfast. I drink my breakfast. This is some sour sop. If you don't know what sour sop is by now, you guys are missing out, okay? Google it. Sour sop. SOURSOP. Lord have mercy. Listen. So if you live in big cities like New York City, you can find this just about anywhere in New York. I got a couple of these in the Bronx, okay? If you live in Queens, if you live in Long Island, it doesn't matter. You can find sour sop just about anywhere. And this is, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. So that's breakfast for me. That's breakfast for me. I don't eat breakfast. I drink my breakfast, okay? I drink my breakfast. So, and my food, 90 to 95% of my diet comes from a plant. Yes, okay? So, if you have a child in the home who is suffering from asthma and eczema, these are the things that are causing. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen again. Let me go back again. Okay? These are the things that are causing your child asthma and eczema. Bread, when you put your peanut butter and jelly on this and give it to your child. All right? It doesn't matter if it's whole wheat, new wheat, all kind of wheat. It doesn't matter. Okay? Bread is bread. It's processed food. When it goes into the body, it throws off the body's pH. Okay? It creates a lot of mucus in the system. These things do. Okay? Lots and lots of mucus in the system. That's why your child is suffering from asthma and eczema. All right? And other problems. Okay? There you go. All these cakes and buns, all right? Candies for the children, chips, all right? Dumplings. Now, this is good right here. This over here, this is wonderful. But this right here, no good. No good. All right? Eggs. I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. When I eat eggs, same thing happened to me. Lots of mucus in the system. Lots of mucus, okay? Fried chicken, same thing happened to me. Candies, M&Ms, you know, all of this mac and cheese. This right here, this is what's killing your children. All this cereal. And first of all, there is no nutrients in this at all. None whatsoever. What is this? What is this? Can somebody tell me what do they use to make this stuff? This is flour and a whole bunch of preservatives and processed stuff in this, and then you're putting the cow's milk down there, which is not real cow's milk because it's boiled and processed and just a whole bunch of stuff in here, and this is what you're feeding your child. And then they have the orange juice over here, which you shouldn't be mixing citrus with milk. That's a whole lot of digestive problem right there. But this is the typical American diet where you put some orange juice in front of a child, and then you put that with the cereal and the milk in front of that child. And what you're doing to your baby is you are setting them up to have digestive problem, because you should not be mixing orange juices with milk and cereal at all. That's digestive problem. These things should not be mixed. You have to learn food combination. And this is bad combination right here. This is bad combination. And your children should not be eating cereal at all. Okay? No milk and cereal. Black folks need to stop giving their children milk and cereal. That's why they're not getting over their asthma and eczema. The milk and cereal. That's what's killing them. Okay? And this right here, garbage. Total garbage. These are not juice. This is not juice. None of this stuff is juice. It's sugar and water and a whole bunch of preservatives and all type of coloring, fake coloring in here. That's all that is. Sugar and water and fake coloring. Okay? Beetlejuice. That's what I call those fake coloring. Beetlejuice. All right? Twinkies. What is this? What is this cream in the middle? What's that? Do you guys know what this is? That's why you're suffering. That's why you're suffering. Okay? That's why you have a lot of mucus in the body. These things, this is what I like to call death. These things are death. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you. This is death, right? This is diabetes. This is hypertension. This is a lot of you guys suffer from gout. Okay, arthritis. That's what this heart disease. That's what this is. This is death right there. Your children should not be eating. Nobody should be eating those things. Nobody at all. All right. So if for those of you sisters who keep getting yeast infection, if that's what your diet look like, that's why you're getting yeast infection. If your diet look anything like that, a whole bunch of bread. A lot of people, I've talked to a lot of people and they tell me that they eat bread every single day. Like, I gotta eat bread every day, man. I eat bread every day. That's not good. That's not good. If you're eating bread every single day and you wonder why you're sick, that's a problem. Flour. Bread comes from flour. White flour, any type of flour, that's not good for you. Flour creates a buildup of mucus in the body, okay? For those of you who are Dr. Sebi followers, I'm not. But for those of you who are, the brother, even though I might not agree with a lot of things that he say, but the one thing that I agree with him about is the mucus in the body. That's a fact. The excessive amount of mucus that is causing the sickness in you and your children, all right? White. A lot of the food that's white, your flour, your bread, and it you know what, and it's not, all these whole wheat. I hear a lot of people saying whole wheat is better. No, it's not. It's not better. Whole wheat is not better. Bread is bread. And if you are not practicing balance here and moderation, you're going to be sick. A lot of you you don't know how to practice moderation. It's like you don't have to get up and eat the same bad stuff every day. Once or twice a year, that's fine. If I eat a piece of bread, like I went to Jamaica a few months ago and I have a piece of bread in Jamaica, right? Yeah, but you come to my house, you would never find bread here because I don't buy bread. I don't eat bread, it's just what it is. If I do eat it, it's when I travel somewhere and I have a slice of bread. Usually I don't eat bread in the United States because the bread here is garbage. When I go home to Jamaica, the bread there is made fresh and they don't last very long because if you have them in the house for a couple of days, they start to grow mold on them. And that's an indication that they're fresh, okay? And those are slightly healthier than the bread that you find here. You buy a loaf of bread here and you have it sitting in the kitchen for weeks and it's still sitting there. You see, that's the difference. So yeah, I don't eat bread here. If I do go to the Caribbean, I might have a slice of bread there, but that's about it. But overall, I don't mess with bread. I don't mess with flour, dumplings. I don't mess with cookies. I don't mess with milk and cheese. These are the things, if you have diabetes, guys, if you are suffering from diabetes, you need to stay away from those things. Those things that I just show you guys, stay away from it. If your children are suffering from asthma and allergies, stay away from these processed food. You sisters that have horrible period every month, okay? And you're wondering why. That's why. If your diet look anything like that, If your diet look anything like those things that I just showed, and not just those things, I'm talking about just processed food in general, whether it's those things or other things, it doesn't matter. Processed food, if your diet is not fresh plant foods, and you're wondering why you're getting yeast infection, urinary tract infection, bad, horrible period, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, um, uterine fibroids, all these things. The doctors are telling you that they're going to remove your uterus and stuff like that. This is where your problem begin right there. Your diet, okay? Your diet. If you have a lot of mucus in the body, constantly blowing your nose and hacking up mucus, out of the system, stop eating the things that are causing the mucus. These are the things that are causing the mucus, and it is not just for you sisters, you brothers too. You brothers too. You brothers too. Those of you brothers, I know, sometimes it's embarrassing to talk about your problems, but a lot of you brothers are suffering from erectile dysfunction. And if you are, that's the reason why. A lot of you guys eat a lot of these junk food, and then you wonder why you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, because your arteries are clogged up. Your arteries are clogged up. And that's your problem right there. Not enough blood flowing to the penis because your arteries are clogged up. Erectile dysfunction, one of the major causes for erectile dysfunction is a lack of blood flow to your penis, all right? And these are the things that's causing that. They're clogging up the arteries and the blood is not flowing properly, okay? So I hope you guys learned something from me today, all right? Diabetes. If you have diabetes, you should not be eating these things, all right? Okay, sisters, for those of you with dandruff, if you have a child with dandruff, okay, if you have anybody at all in the family with dandruff, these are the things that are causing your dandruff. I kid you not. I went through these things. Listen, the reason I'm talking to you guys about these things is because I'm living proof. These things happen to me. What I do is, right, what I did when I stopped eating these things, I stopped eating all of these stuff I used to eat. I kid you not. All of these things, the cakes, the cookies, the buns, the flour, the bread, the dumplings, the store-bought juices. Oh yeah, I trust me. Yes. And so what I did after I stopped eating them, right? I used to do experiment on my body. I would take one of each of these things. Like, for example, I would take the egg, right? And I would eat the eggs for about 2 weeks. I would eat eggs, right? And so these are just experiments that I have in my body. I do this experiment so I can come back to you guys and share my experience with you. So what I would do, I would take some eggs, right? I would go to the store and I would buy some eggs, and I would eat eggs every day for 2 weeks, right? Or maybe every other day. And I would eat boiled eggs or fried eggs. It didn't matter, right? And after about a week or so, I would notice the mucus. I would notice that I would wake up and I would start coughing out, just hacking up some mucus. And I would just start, my nose is clogged up and blowing my nose, And after about 2 weeks, I noticed when I get my period, I start getting the symptoms of cramps and my boobs just sore, and yeah. And this is just from me adding eggs to my diet, right? And so what I usually do is I stopped eating it, and I would do my cleanse and, just go back to my regular diet, right? Plant diet, right? And I'd do that for, I'd let about 3 months go by, and then I would do the bread, right? And so this is just experiment that I've done on my body. So 3 months later, I would buy a loaf of bread, and I would eat bread every day for 2 weeks, or maybe every other day for 2 weeks, right? And just like clockwork, after about 4 or 5 days, I wake up and the mucus just stuffy nose, runny nose. I have to have like a pack of tissue right next to my bed because I'm blowing my nose when I wake up in the morning, and I'm coughing and hacking up mucus. And I could feel the change in my body too, like just feeling miserable and just just not feeling myself. And just like clockwork, my period would come around, and the back pain, my boobs hurt, and the cramps and whatever, right? And that's from eating the bread. And so I do these experiment one by one every 3 months with each item, like the cheese and the milk and the cookies or whatever the case may be. I do them every 3 months. I would do these experiment on my body just to see how my body react. And yes, I would get the dandruff on my scalp. I forgot about that. That is like the hardest to get rid of. I would have to do a parasite cleanse for that one to get rid of the dandruff on my scalp. Just take some parasite herbs to get rid of that. And that's pretty much what bread does to my body. Bread and cookies and milk and cheese and all these things. When I eat them, I get buildup of yeast, Candida. Okay, Candida, yeast, pretty much the same thing. And I would get that on my scalp, and sometimes they would give me a yeast infection. And so I do these experiments, and then I would stop eating them, and then I would do my cleanse. And it takes me about a month or so to start feeling better again, just to start feeling myself again. And so the reason I'm sharing these things with you guys is because I'm living proof. I've done these experiments on myself, and I have proven to myself that when I eat each of these things, these are the things that happens to my body. Okay, I get dandruff. I get yeast infections. I get horrible period every month. Sometimes my skin, I get bumps. Just stuff that just doesn't make sense, and stuff that a lot of you guys should be able to see. If you know your body, right, you should be able to feel and sense what's going on with you. If you're waking up every day and you're hacking up mucus and coughing up a lot of phlegm and blowing your nose on a regular basis, and you don't see a problem with that, that's not normal. There's nothing normal about that. Okay, you're not supposed to be waking up every day blowing your nose and hacking up mucus. And you sisters, if you're waking up every month, your period is, you're getting a lot of cramps, back pain, your boobs hurt, that's not normal. That's not normal at all. Listen, when I'm getting my period, I don't even know when it's like, I have to remind myself. I have to, put it down in the calendar, because I don't get any symptoms. Okay, I don't get any symptoms. I don't get any cramps. I don't get any back pain. I don't get any boobs pain. I don't get any of those symptoms anymore. Okay, yeah, I don't, because I cleaned up my diet. I cleaned up my diet. So if you want to get rid of those things, you got to clean up your diet. All right. So yeah, I kid you not. I kid you not. These are the things that I experience when I eat these things: bread, cookies, pastries, donuts and bagels and cream cheese and ice cream. Listen, if you're gonna have ice cream, there are tons and tons of ice cream that's made with coconut milk and cashew milk or whatever, just other plant milk out there, and less ingredients. Okay, not a whole bunch of processed stuff and preservatives and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what happens to my body when I eat these things. When I used to eat these things, I don't eat these things anymore. I don't, because I know. Oh, and the asthma. Oh my God, how could I forget that? The asthma. Oh boy, when I eat those things, when I eat bread and dumplings and cookies and milk and cheese and eggs, I start wheezing. I kid you not. I start wheezing. Yes, the asthma. I start wheezing. I kid you not. Start having respiratory problem. That's one of the biggest problem I have, along with the dandruff on my scalp. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I hope I'm able to share with you guys. I hope you're able to learn something from me here today, in case any of you guys are wondering why it is that you're suffering from yeast infection, why it is that you have diabetes. I don't have diabetes. I've never had diabetes, but those things leads to diabetes. All those garbage, all those processed food leads to diabetes. If you're wondering why your child is not getting over their eczema and their asthma, that's why. If they're eating those things, they'll never get over it, okay? And if you have cancer, you should never be eating any of those things at all. Never, 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 all right? Those of you brothers who are wondering why you have erectile dysfunction, you know, and if you're wondering, if you're eating those things and wondering why you're not losing weight, oh, just because you're having one slice of bread as opposed to 5 slices? Come on, okay? Just because you're having one cookie as opposed to 5 cookies. You shouldn't be eating those things. If you're eating those things, if you're not having any plant foods at all, any fresh plant foods, and most of your diet is just processed crap, and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, hello, hello. The most I put plant foods on the earth for us to eat, okay? Eat them, drink them, it doesn't matter. Just put them in your system, all right? Put them in the body. Learn how to prepare them and put them in the system. They're good for you. They're good for you. This is my breakfast. Oh my goodness, this is so good. This is so freaking good. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully, you guys, are able to learn something from this video. You know, if what you're doing isn't working for you, just change it, right? You can't, if you're sick and you're constantly doing the same thing and nothing is working for you, change it. Change it. You can't continue to do the same exact thing. And you're suffering from diabetes, you're suffering from this and that and this and that, and you keep doing the same thing. How do you expect change if you keep doing the same damn thing? If you have diabetes and you're eating crap, change the crap. Stop eating crap. If you have any type of illness and you keep doing the same thing, keep eating the same crap, change it. That's it. It's madness. It's madness to be suffering from an illness and continue to do the same thing over and over again. It makes no sense. See, when I had asthma, right, an allergy, and I constantly was eating the same crap over and over, there was no change because I kept doing the same thing. Once I made that change, my asthma is gone. My asthma is gone. I was getting the yeast infection and the dandruff and all this crap, right? Once I made that change, all the stuff is gone. You see, you have to make that change. And for your children too. So that's the key here. You cannot continue to do the same thing over and over and expect change to happen. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So if you expect change, you're going to have to change what you're doing. That's it. It's that simple. Change what you're doing. Stop eating and it's not that hard. It's not that hard to put down the goddamn garbage that you're eating and start eating some fresh plant food. All over America, there are tons and tons of, especially in the summertime, farmers market everywhere, right? And when you walk into a supermarket, there are some type of plant food. There's a fresh produce aisle somewhere in a supermarket. In every supermarket across America, there is a fresh produce aisle with fresh produce in there. Okay, that's where you need to go. That's where you need to go. If you're trying to keep the body healthy, that's where you need to get out of the processed food aisle. Get out of there. That's what's making you sick. All right? Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Give me a thumb up. Give me a thumb up, okay? I love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Shalom. Bye.